listen.
All right, and we're live. Saturday real estate weekend roundup around the grounds with Billy and Glenn. We're going to tell you the facts, the figures, and the feelings on the ground today. Another Saturday in real estate. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Glenn. How are you on this fine Saturday?
I'm great. It's lovely to be here in. It's like we're in Wollstonecraft, Billy, and looking back from North Sydney, we're in the park down through there. It's a great day, but probably ties into one of our great listings that we're offering at the moment in Vaucluse.
Yeah, well, tell us more, Glenn.
Well, I'm going to look on our site because we'll be seeing it this week, but it's launched. Let's get to it. 31 and 33 Ocean Road, Wallara, an iconic treasure. So often we sell out of area at Novak.
Yep.
We've got this property. We're selling a harbourfront down in Manly as well. And these prestige top-end properties, Mark and Lisa are often asked to represent. And what we're seeing here is local knowledge is good, but strategy overall wins all the time.
Yep.
And people are seeking them from outside of the area to sell the properties.
Yep. So open home numbers for today. My record was 9 groups through a 1-bedroom apartment. 9 groups is good. That's what we hope to see on our first pre-market open home. Averaging between sort of 5 and 10 on the others.
I think 5 and 10 right across the board. Anytime we're seeing sort of more than 10 on most of our properties, we'd say we're in boom conditions, 1 or 2. Probably great for buyers.
Yep.
Interesting to watch over the next coming weeks, just where the auction clearance rates are sitting, Billy. Sydney Morning Herald and Damien Cooley from Damien Cooley Auctioneers both wrote very similar articles last year. Could it be plagiarism, or could it be ChatGPT taking over the world? But I'm a big user of it. But they both wrote that over 75% clearance rates for consecutive months probably means we're in boom conditions. I think it was hovering around 57 last week, and I'll see what it was this week, but very low sample numbers as well.
Yep.
An auction, you need a 4-week campaign. We've just gone through about 4 weeks of the year. So, we're into February now.
Yep.
A few public holidays in January as always. So it's hard to get a real grasp on it. I think auctions coming up mid-February right through to mid-March will let us know where we are market-wise.
Yeah, well, we're noticing, things are quite a positive outlook for the year ahead. Particularly today, I noticed one property in Manly guiding 1.1, it's up to 1.5
Right.
at 5,000. A massive turnout. I mean,
did you go to the auction?
The street was packed. No, I saw photos.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to
fake
see.
News, Billy.
Good, but good result for those guys. New listings for the week.
New listings. I really like the blowing Billy's trumpet here. I really like Billy and Mark's listing in Pittwater Road. That building there, Grand Reef, has a lot of work done to it over the last 20 years, keeping it modern, keeping it up to code.
Yep.
And whoever buys in there knows that this property, with its 10-year plan, which is mandatory now to have a 10-year plan on strata properties, they're right up to date. Yep. So I really like that one, sort of northwest facing, big 1-bedroom, under 700,000, Billy. Great buying. I heard if all goes well, it's clear sailing for Billy tonight on one of his missions. He will be opening it tomorrow.
I will be there tomorrow, guys. Sunday appointments are up and running and working.
They're up, We'll see if they're running.
Oh, they're
Beep,
always
beep, beep, beep.
they're always running, but they do work beautifully. I've got a couple already booked in tomorrow. Some days work well for them, so it'd be nice to have the door open at the time it suits people. Another one that was listed and almost under contract, all in the space of half a week. A ground floor 2-bedroom apartment brought on by team Lisa Novak and Xanthony. Jono doing the behind the scenes work, working tirelessly as well. Came on a very original 2-bedroom in Oaks Avenue, DY, guiding 1.1. Strong offer came in today around that 1.2 mark. So that's, I believe, got offer accepted. Stay tuned.
Very, very good.
That is a beautiful pathway into favourite sale of the week.
Favourite sale. Billy, did you have a favourite sale this week? Would it be one of yours?
No, I didn't have a sale this week, Glenn, but one of my favourites would probably have been, well, we're not quite sold yet, but we're nearly there on Monday, which I think marks a great change in the market. A property that's been a tricky sale, to be honest, only on the basis that we were waiting some final numbers to be provided by the strata. We have been working with this property before the Christmas break, and now pretty much an offer of acceptance with where the owner's dream price always was.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because over the Christmas break, not only did a lot of us get bigger, the property prices have got bigger. So what I mean by that is properties that we had offers on, and you know, we were just off. We were off by 2 or 3% from getting a deal done.
Yep.
The owners held to their price, and we've got them done in the new year. So there wasn't discounting to put the deal together. One in particular, we were getting offers $795 to $800.
Yep.
815 was the number, and we ended up 816.
Yep.
800 on the one you were talking about, and we're probably going to end up around 840. So it indicates that you know, the properties don't go bad, they don't go brown if they're on the market longer than a week, and the market's probably moving towards these properties.
Yeah. Rental
Prices.
update?
Well, rentals. We had a tenant in today, and I think on the Novak news, and asked him what's happening, and he indicated, you know, it's just tough, it's competitive, it's hard, it's not fun.
I was finishing up an open home in the same building, there was a line of people. I thought they were all asking for an autograph for me, Glenn, but they were just lining up for a rental open home. These guys were, you know, certainly making the most of their Saturdays, getting out to see as many places as they can. There was a big line. I reckon they had at least 15 to 20 groups for a 1-bedroom apartment in the building. I think if you're a tenant trying to navigate this space, we say it every week, but do as much of the legwork you can before you inspect the property. Try and get an application in beforehand. Make sure your supporting documents there. Make sure your references are contactable on a weekend, and that will allow you to separate yourself from the competition.
Yeah, look, all good practical advice. Probably long term, I think the government has to offer private investors and big investors incentives to build to rent.
Yep.
So properties that won't be sold but will be rented. You know, there's far smarter people than me to work out what those incentives are. Maybe give them a greater ratio, let them build a couple of stories higher or have less parking. You know, I know for every idea you have, there's a reason why that won't work. But, you know, I'm a humble DY agent. I'm sure there's people out there that are a lot smarter than me and can work out how to make this work, because they're not building homes.
Yeah.
You know, they're, you know, not, well, they may be, but not at a rate, you know, that will keep up. This is causing a rental crisis. But the private sector needs to be incentivized to do it. Last time I looked at it, we're in the capitalist economy, and that requires people to make money. and good on them for taking the risk to house people. So, you know, it's not a mystery why we're in a housing shortage. We just don't build enough homes to keep up with the population. People will say, look, there's a lot of vacant homes, possibly. But basically, I feel we need to build more homes.
Yeah, Michael Keane said they only like knocking them down. Well, we're going to try and change that. And
are you going to start building homes, Billy?
We're going to start promoting new builds. we're going to fight for the cause here. But if you do need any help navigating the rental space, we've got a great team that is still working here right now. There's not many teams still available at 5:30 on a Saturday afternoon, so give them a call and they'll be more than happy to assist.
So, community announcements, Billy. What's happening in the communities?
Well, it's the greater community, but it's certainly an announcement. Interest rates are slowly starting to come back down. Music to everyone's ears. This week we had some news come through the grapevine saying that there's 3 banks that are sort of setting an example here. It's good news. Cash flow is going to help people, and hopefully add a little bit to borrowing capacity as well.
Yeah, once again, not our area's expertise. We did have documents sent to us from all our mortgage brokers indicating inflation had dropped, and that there'll probably be a pause in interest rates, and then maybe a decline, which is great news for people that were encouraged to borrow money at 2 and 2.5%, but interest rates won't be going up to 2025, only to find they doubled and doubled again on them. So, there's been a lot of mortgage stress out there. I think more than what we could imagine. I think people saved a lot of money over COVID if they remained fully employed, and they've gone through all those savings. And hopefully we see some respite for them on these interest rates increases.
Yeah, but any other community announcements?
No.
There was a fun run around DY this morning, Manly to DY.
Yeah, it didn't make driving in DY very fun, Billy, but I'm sure it was fun for the competitors. I wasn't having much fun when I saw their little white legs, and they're pretty tan now. It's the middle of summer, but their little sweatbands and all that stopping me from getting to the opens, but they certainly look like they're having fun and getting a lot healthier than what I was today.
So the question on everyone's mind, what is Glenn doing this Sunday?
Well, I've had a busy weekend. Last night was one of the great nights at the Great North Curl Surf Club. We have license to operate and serve food and cold beverages on a Friday and Sunday night. If you live locally, open to everyone. Fantastic location right on the sand there. So I did that, and tonight I'm picking my brother up and we're going into town. There was a movie by Ridley Scott, Blade Runner, be about 40 years old.
I know it, Glenn.
Yeah, about 40 years old, and there's some special showing of it in the city tonight.
Great.
So, bets are on whether I'll be able to stay awake. I normally sleep in the movies, but I'll do my best. And apparently the soundtrack, which was by Vangelis, is being played by orchestra. So
wow.
Maybe they'll bang the cymbals when they hear me snoring.
As for myself, I'm actually doing a surf lesson.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Manly tomorrow
surf.
with a friend and either have a surf lesson or hire a board and try and teach ourselves. But nice day to be out. Sunday opens in the morning.
I would surfing's a big thing in my family, and surf lifesaving. Shout out to my nephew. He won the 7 and 5K Australian title open water swimming off to Italy. My daughter's off to Bali for some coaching and surfing. If you are thinking of surfing, probably my 2 recommendations would be get some lessons.
Yep.
Manly Surf School down at Manly, run by Matt Granger. There was even a TV show about it. Fantastic place to start, to get some basics, to learn some basics about it. My other big tip would be get a foam board. a foam board rather than the fiberglass. Catch a lot more waves, won't get hurt, you have a lot more fun.
There you go. That's a wrap. Have a good weekend, guys. If you do need any help around the grounds, just give us a call. We'd love to be a part of your search.